Hey, what's up? So today we got a pretty cool video. I'm going to be talking about and reviewing the Sakk Pack version 2 from Sakk. If you're like me, you've probably seen an ad or two about this new backpack from Sakk on Instagram, and I got curious and I clicked on it. And when I started looking at it, it really caught my eye, and I thought that it could be a good replacement for my Pelican case whenever I don't need the added protection of a hard shell case. I do a lot of multicam shoots for things like concerts and in-studio performances, and those can take me to some pretty strange locations where it can be hard to bring a Pelican versus something like a backpack. So in this video, we're going to go over the build and design of the bag, what's included when you get it, and also some real world tests. And don't worry, everything is timestamped below. But before we jump in, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I did reach out to Sakk whenever I saw the bag and see if they would be interested in a review video and me comparing it as someone who uses a Pelican quite frequently. So they did send me the bag, but all the thoughts and opinions are my own. So let's get right into it. For the construction of this bag, I want to make sure that all the information I say is accurate, so I am going to read the details that I found online. We have a 100% waterproof shell made of triple layered laminated ripstop 210D nylon. YKK zippers on the whole bag. It has Woojin hardware for a super smooth adjustment, triple layer webbing attachments, as well as tripod webbing on the bottom. You like pockets? Well, this guy's got them. There's 3 front-facing pockets, 2 on the side, 1 on this side, with a long boy over here. We've got a pocket on the top. We've got 2 interior pockets, along with a laptop sleeve that fits a 16-inch laptop, giving you a total of 10 pockets with a sleeve for your laptop. We also have a water bottle holder on the side. So we have a grab handle up top. We have a luggage pass-through on the back, but it also works as an additional grab point whenever you need to pick up the bag. It also comes with a removable waist belt and chest strap, and the waist belt has 2 more pockets on it. And this is held in place with Velcro behind your padding. And last but certainly not least, we have nice thick cushioned straps and big padding all along the inside, because if your bag's gonna be heavy, you want it to be comfortable. So one of the big design features of this bag is this giant pocket right here, and that's designed to hold your fully rigged out mirrorless, your rigged up cinema cameras, you know, whatever you wanna put in here, you don't have to take it apart before you put it in your bag, which is huge. But I'm not just gonna tell you about it, I'm gonna show you what all we can fit in here. So up first, we have the Canon R5 inside of a cage, top handle, Ninja 5, small rig mini matte box, and the small rig 99 watt hour V-mount. It is missing a few cables, but you know, that's not really gonna add any size to the camera. So let's see if it fits. No problem. And you could easily add on a tripod plate so it's ready to just pull out and stick right on your tripod. Up next, we have the C80/C70. So give me just a second. That's what I'm currently filming with. I just need to make a quick adjustment. All right, we're back. So what we've got now is the Canon C70 with the small rig cage on it with top handle. We've got the Ninja V. We've got the Tamron 24-70 with the EF adapter and the small rig matte box again. So let's see if this fits in there. Once again, so easy. So I'm editing the video and I realized that I forgot to shoot this, so I figured I would just do it real quick. You just saw how easy the C70 fit in there, rigged out, so I just wanted to give a quick comparison of my Pelican case. So here's what that looks like inside of the Pelican. As you can see, I had to break everything down, so we got the top handle, the monitor, the C70, and the 24-70 right there. So as you can see, the C70 does stick out quite a bit from the Pelican. I just had to leave this part empty so that way it didn't hit the camera whenever I closed it. But it does fully close and latch. It's just, I mean, that's like over 1/3 of the case taken up right there just from the camera. I never got to personally use the original Sakk Pack, but looking at photos online and videos, it seems like they completely redesigned this bag from the ground up. The version 1 looked like a nice camera bag and day bag, you know, kind of interchangeable depending on what your needs are, but this is a serious bag built for professionals. There really wasn't much of an unboxing. It came collapsed inside of a nice dust cover with some dividers in the middle, and it was held together by the waist strap. I'm a fan of minimal waist packing, so this was great. It does come with a lot of dividers, which is also nice. The dividers are definitely more like a Trek pack feel, but they're not as stiff. They still have a little bit of give to them versus, you know, these are the foam inserts for the Pelican case that I got that are very, very squishy and very... So for real world tests, I have brought this on a few shoots since I got it. Had it for a little less than a month at this point, but there's 2 shoots that I really want to talk about that I think this bag is excellent for. The first shoot is a wedding, and I know a lot of you have shot or do shoot weddings, so you know how much gear we have to bring with us on a shoot. Give me a quick second, I'm going to switch cameras real quick and I'm going to show you what all I brought with me in the bag and how I packed it. So I've got the bag right here, fully loaded, just like it was at the wedding. Let's go through everything. First up, we've got the C80 with the 70-200 and the EF adapter. This also has a Ninja V with a battery, and the headphones ride very nicely right there. We also have the R50V with a EF adapter and the Tamron 24-70. And we have the DJI Mavic Classic. We've got the remote for the Mavic Classic, filters for the drone, a Zoom H5 Rode Wireless Go, Zoom H3. These are some pencil cases that I picked up from Walmart or Target a while back. Just keep some cables in those. Got the 16mm EF50 1.2, the EF85 1.8, running out of space, the RF 35-1.8. And the reason I'm using these microfiber cloths is because I was stacking the lenses on top of each other and I just didn't want them to be riding, you know, bumping each other the whole time. So that was a easy solution to stop that from happening. Also, just as extras, I brought 2 of the DL10s, a little magic arm clamp, extra HDMI. So that was everything in the main compartment. Let's go into the pockets now. On the inside pockets, I had the ND filter that goes inside of the adapter, some cards, got a battery charger, business cards, baby pin, and a Arca Swiss adapter. Front top, I had a flashlight, didn't have anything in the middle, and then at the bottom, just an assortment of Allen wrenches, cold shoes, you know, multi-tool, just some little things like that. Last but not least, up top, we had extra batteries, NPF batteries. We have a V-mount and USB cord, sunglasses, AA batteries, and I forgot to put it in just now, but I went and grabbed it. It's another one of the Canon BPA 30 batteries. And that was everything I brought inside of my backpack to the wedding. And this is all of it laid out. So this is what the inside of it looked like when it's all packed. One more quick thing I forgot to mention was for this wedding, my A camera was actually the R5, and that was already set up on the gimbal. So that's why the R5 is not in this setup currently. I really wish I would have had this bag 10 years ago when I started weddings. I've been to so many farms and so many lakes out in the middle of the woods trying to lug a Pelican and having to carry it by hand because the wheels don't work on the grass or the gravel, and this would have just made transporting everything such a breeze. At this wedding, I was able to carry everything in one trip into the different locations without killing myself, which is a pretty new experience for me. So we were shooting portraits as we walked to the venue, so I wasn't able to catch any B-roll. I'm gonna pull up Google Maps and show you where we parked and where we had to walk. So we had to park on the street, and then it was a long gravel path that I would have had to carry my Pelican down because it would have, no way the wheels would have worked on this gravel. But I was actually able to carry all my gear on my bag and shoot while we were walking. It made going from the ceremony at a church to the reception venue so easy because I didn't have to break down all of my cameras. I could just take them straight off of the tripod into the bag, and then when we got to the next location, straight out of the bag onto the tripod. The only thing I actually did do was just pop out the HDMI cable, and that was just secured to the cage with a bongo tie, so everything was all together as soon as I pulled it out. So the next shoot I want to talk about was doing some drum videos for my buddy Sterling Whiteside. So I'm going to repack the bag real quick and show you how it was for that shoot and how everything was arranged inside. So for this shoot, my A-cam was the C80, once again rigged with a top handle and monitor, along with the headphones riding in that main compartment. Then my B-cam was the R5, which I just wanted to fit it in this pocket. I didn't want to have to like rearrange the entire bag just for this one shoot. So I just wrote it separate like that. But it would definitely be easy to fit that one together pre-built. And this is the Sigma 18-55. And the C camera was the R50V with the 16mm. Then I also brought along my Fuji Instax wide. We brought the Rode wireless go. Same thing as last time. Got the DL10s, got the clamp, got the cable, got the filters, 8518, 3518, 5012. Got our cables. And then the pockets are pretty much the same. I'll go through those really quick just in case though. We've got the ND filter for the adapter. We've got SD cards. Got nothing in this pocket. Canon charger, business cards. This time I did bring the same Arca Swiss adapter, but I also brought this guy for mounting your cameras on a C-stand. Front pockets were the same. Got a flashlight here. Got some Allen wrenches and a multi-tool here. Once again, we got batteries, NPF, as well as BPA 30, got the V-mount, got the glasses, got the Canon batteries, got the AA's, and the USB cord. So that was everything that I brought inside the bag to this shoot. And once again, here it is all laid out. And then this is what all of that looks like packed away. So the studio is up a flight of stairs, which isn't really ideal, especially when you have a Pelican. But with this bag, once again, I was able to carry everything up the flight of stairs in one trip without killing myself. Also, an advantage of having a bag versus a hard case was I was able to hang this off of my C-stand and use it as a weight. Hey, if you made it this far and you're liking this content, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, it really helps out. So after using the bag for a bit, here are some of my thoughts on it. So this bag does have comfortable straps and padding on the back, but it is still a backpack carrying lots of heavy gear, so it is going to tire you out carrying it versus wheeling a cart behind you or wheeling a Pelican behind you. So while it can be easier to transport on your back versus, having to carry a Pelican case, you do still need to take in consideration how much your pack weighs and how much you're going to be walking with it on. This bag is huge, and that's a great thing. But it also means that I kind of have to change the way that I pack my bags. I'm used to a Pelican where everything is like pretty shallow and you can see everything that's inside of it. Everything on the lid is in like a mesh net pocket, so you can once again see inside and you can really like visualize all the gear that you have. Whereas this is so deep that a lot of the smaller pieces you have to stack on top of each other, which is not a bad thing. It just takes a little getting used to, and you just kind of have to think differently when you're packing. I think the longer I use it, I will find a system that suits my workflow better, just as I'm refining how everything fits in the bag. But I'm still very happy with where it is right now. For the design, a few things that really stood out to me was first, flat squared bottom. No matter how much gear I have in this bag, I can set it down and I know that it's not going to tip over. Also, I like that the branding is very minimum. You've got a small black S on the front, small S behind your back, and then the name of the company on the shoulder strap. It really just helps keep unwanted attention away. A solid black bag versus something with lots of branding where people know that there's expensive equipment in it. You don't usually want people to know what's inside your bag. So at the start of this video, I said this is a great alternative for my Pelican when I don't need the added protection of a hard shell case. And I just want to give you a quick example of what that would look like for me personally. So last year I was going on tour with an artist, and because of the way the bunks were set up and the spacing, all of my gear had to ride in the bay underneath the bus. And there's lots of stuff under the bus. There's amps, there's guitars, there's tools for the bus, there's random things like cases of water. And if God forbid we were to get in an accident, or something happened and the bus had to swerve and something falls on top of it, I just want to have that extra peace of mind that everything below the bus is protected. And while this review has been mainly focusing on video and not photography, I still think this could be a great bag for photographers also. You put in your camera, a few lenses, some small strobe, some speed lights, whatever you need. Throw a couple of travel light stands on the bottom. Strap on some lightweight modifiers, like maybe some umbrella mount modifiers on the front. And other than a backdrop, you've got a mobile studio on your back. And to wrap things up, I think this is a very well-built bag, and there's a lot of careful thought put into how everything works on it. I really do think this is going to become my go-to bag from here on out, just because it's got a great modular design. There's tons of space. I mean, literally everything I've thrown at it so far, it has handled no problem. But drop a comment and tell me, what is your current organization, case, bag situation that you got going on? And do you think that this could be a good alternative for that? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.